Next, we're going to want to include the navbar into base.html. So go and create a new file. Save it in templates as navbar.html. Open base.html, and below the closing nav tag, type include navbar.html. Then cut everything from fixed navbar all the way down to the closing navbar tag, and paste that into navbar.html. We want the navbar links to work. We'll do this by using URL names to link to each individual URL. So open urls.py, and we need to make sure each URL has a name. So the URL for home was home, and the URL for about has the name of about. Open navbar.html, and we'll use the URL names to create working links. So for the first link, on line 15, type URL home, because home is the name of the URL for home. And then for the about link, type URL about. This link will now take users to the about page. Save all the files that have been edited. Run the local development server and go to the project's homepage. Because the navbar is included into base.html, everything looks the same. From the navbar, click on About and Home. The links are working. To make these pages look cleaner, we want to get rid of most of the defaults provided by Bootstrap. So go back to base.html and delete everything from line 55 div class page header all the way down to the closing div tag on line 603. And delete all of that. Then save base.html and go ahead and refresh the home page. And the page is looking much better. We're going to put the Jumbotron into a new block. I'll call this block Jumbotron. Open base.html and add an open and close block for Jumbotron. On line 45 and 46, add block Jumbotron and block. And then go ahead and open home.html and delete this block 2 and block. And in its place, copy in block Jumbotron and block in home.html. Now go back to base.html and cut everything from line 51 main Jumbotron to the closing div tag and open home.html. In block Jumbotron, paste the Jumbotron HTML. Then go back to the home page and refresh. So we'll use the Jumbotron as a marketing area. Using blocks makes the code easier to read and ensures maintainability. We're going to center the text in the Jumbotron. Inside a block, we'll add some CSS. So go back to base.html and underneath block content and block on line 49, copy that and paste it below. And instead of block content, we'll call this block styles. Copy block styles and paste it into home.html. And then inside block styles in home.html, type a style tag, and then close that style tag, and then type .jumbotron text align, colon, center, semicolon. And this will center the text in the Jumbotron. Putting the CSS inside of an HTML style tag makes the text editor recognize this code as CSS. The text editor then will then check the code for CSS typos. So save that, refresh Chrome, and the Jumbotron text is now centered. The navbar is coming together. However, the home link is highlighted no matter what page we are on. So open navbar.html. Class equals active is what is causing the home link to be highlighted. So cut class equals active and save navbar.html and refresh the home page. Now, no link in the navbar is highlighted. The page the user is on should have its navbar link highlighted. So go back to navbar.html, onto line 15, and this will be in between two curly brackets and 2% times, write URL home as home, because we're going to get these links working. And then write URL about as about. And then on line 17, next to the starting list item, say if request.path equals home, we'll have that class equals active. And then we need to end that if statement. Then on line 18, we need to do something similar. So go ahead and copy that and paste it in next to the list item on 18. But this will be if request.path equals about, and we'll have that class equals active if they're on the about page. So line 15 sets the URL home to a variable called home. Line 16 sets the URL about to a variable called about. We used ifRequest.path to check if the current URL is the home URL. If the current URL path equals the path for the home URL, then the user must be on the home page. The home navbar link is then set to class equals active. If the current URL path equals the path for the about page, the about navbar link will have class equals active. So save navbar.html, refresh the home page, and click on home and about. The correct navbar link is highlighted. Great, the navbar is coming together.